colors. Summer light, lonesome dove folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer light, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back, honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me.
Good morning, everyone.
And tell me all that you've seen, all the colors.
Hope you're all doing well. I am doing well. I'm tired and a little bit overwhelmed, I think is the right way to say it. Tired, overwhelmed, excited, nervous, a little worried. Okay, so I am going to be an English teacher here in Japan, and before you can get into that job, especially if you're working for companies who have their own textbooks, which are most of them actually here in Japan, you have to spend a week or a certain amount of time doing training lessons so you know how to teach the classes. So the particular company that I'm working for, there's classes for everyone and each age group / level. So for example, kids or adults, preschoolers, people who want to learn for like TOEIC, stuff like that. They supply all different classes for that, which is, I mean, I guess it's not unusual for an English teaching company. I mean, it makes sense. But because there's so many different classes, you have to be trained to know how to teach each one of those classes. Now, so I'm in the middle of that at the moment. And today it is my last day of training. Overall, I think it will be fine. It'll be a good challenge. And I think through this job, I'm gonna get lots of valuable life experience and skills. And I think my people skills will probably skyrocket because you really have to think about the customer first. And like, of course, you know, in jobs like hospitality and stuff, which is what I would usually work in, so like making coffees and being a waitress or being bar staff, stuff like that, of course you have to think of the customer, but you've got other jobs too, whereas this is purely, you know, focusing on the customer and how you can help them, how you can teach them. It's like a different level of hospitality and care that, you know, I've never experienced before. So it's a massive step for me and most of the people in my class. I mean, I'm not the only one who is, oh, maybe I am the only one who's slightly worried. Everyone else seems really like onto it and like confident and comfortable, and I'm probably just overthinking everything though, because that's just a part of my personality. which I'm trying to improve. Obviously, you know, I've gotten to that point where I've thought about it, keep on thinking about it, and in my logical brain I'm like, well, it doesn't help overthinking it because there's nothing you can really do except do it, you know? So I'm at that point at the moment. I think another major thing is like the class dynamic at the moment in our training course. Most of the people there are like, I wouldn't want to, not older than me. Well, they are older than me, I think, most of them, but they're experienced adults, whereas I'm not an experienced adult. I'm actually quite a unexperienced adult. I've never worked a full-time job before, so this is my first experience working for a company. It was my first experience working full-time. It's my first experience having so much responsibility for myself and my own well-being. It's really throwing me in the deep end. It's a lot to take in. And with the particular contract I'm on, and obviously I can't disclose any of, well, no, I can't disclose any of the contract, but I'm on a contract type that gives me a lot of flexibility and freedom. For that freedom, you do pay a price, and that is, you know, having to do everything yourself pretty much, and taking that initiative to make sure you're all right and you're not using the company as like a cushion or a backbone. You're really using it as a channel, if that makes sense. So you're completely independent from the company, but you're still allowed to use the company as a channel to earn money. I think, I don't know if that makes sense, but I can't really elaborate much more than that. But this works really well for me because I can, from what I've learned after talking to my manager, I can actually freely travel around Japan and open my English lessons in any of the schools that they have in Japan, as long as I'm meeting a monthly quota that is set by the Japanese government and earning enough money. I have freedom to go wherever I like, take as much time off as I want, choose my own timetable. But of course, the monthly income quota is quite high. So even though you get that freedom, you still have to work a 5-day week, like 8-hour 5-day week, which makes sense. Otherwise, you know, they'd just be giving out these like lollipop visas that are just too easy to, I don't know, like the country's not getting anything out from giving those visas away to people, you know? So I get it. There has to be rules and regulations, and I think they're all pretty fair. Today's my last day of training, and this whole training period has been quite like intense, like a lot of information. They are offering support and guidance, which is really good. And I'm probably gonna ask about this today because I would really like to shadow a few classes before I actually go in and do it. But I think out of like I don't think most people who come here to teach are really that, like, are concerned to the point that I am. If I choose to do something, I want to do it really well. So for me, if I had like a few opportunities to shadow a class or even participate in a class with another teacher, that would really build my confidence up a lot, I think. Instead of just being thrown into the deep end with, like, you know, a guidebook and like the formula to teach a lesson. I'd like to see how a few other teachers teach their class, so I can see how you can like work within the structure, but also at the same time add your own personality and like flair. I don't think I have anything else to tell you about work at this particular moment. I guess I can just update you on other things. So the day before yesterday, I moved in and got the keys to my share house, which was really cool. So I have a bed there and all of the sheets, etc. are there. Obviously, I'm not there at the moment. I'm not staying there at the moment. I'm still here with my mom because she's still in Japan until this weekend. She leaves this weekend, so I'm just staying with her for the last couple of days here. The next step is to buy some stuff for the room. Mum and I are gonna go to a flea market on Saturday and, you know, see if we can find any cool furniture there. Obviously, because it will be cheap and probably really cute, like antique stuff and secondhand stuff. It's 35 degrees today, which is bloody hot, even for an Australian. It's so pretty. Like I said, it's bloody hot, even for an Australian, but what makes it worse is the humidity. All that to say is, I'll show you around today. Hopefully my hair doesn't get crazy. Hopefully I don't get too sweaty, but yeah, it's beautiful and I really do want to show you a little bit today. So I'm gonna finish off my makeup and get dressed and we can head off and get a coffee or go for a little walk around or something.